Hello, I'm back again. Today's look is cool tones. Yeah, this is it. I use a lot of stuff, a lot of different things, so I only have like 6 or 7 palettes, so it's not like I'm going crazy with different stuff. But yeah, I use stuff that most people already have, like the 350 and the Naked 2 and the Maybelline Nudes palette. So yeah, but this is the look. If you like to see how I did it, then keep watching. Alright guys, to start off, I'm going to go in with my Ruby Kisses powder to cover my lids. I want to make sure I get those inner corners and outer corners to make sure there's not a difference in color between my foundation and my skin color around my eyes whenever I apply everything and everything's over and done with. Next, I'm going in with my Tru Match powder in the shade N8, and I'm using this as my transition shade, so I'm focusing mainly on the crease, but it is covering pretty much my whole lid, but focusing more on the crease. Next, I'm going in with my Maybelline Nudes palette, and I'm going to go with this light gray shade, and I'm going to focus more on my creases, also kind of playing as a transition color. This is going to be kind of like a smoky eye for hooded eyes, so it's going to have mostly the darker shades on the outer V and then a lighter shade on the inner corner. Next, I'm going in with this blending brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to get this grayish brown shade from my Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to pat this on the outer corner, and focus more on your outer V. You do want to take it up a little bit, just because for me personally, I have hooded eyes, so I have to take it up in order for you to see it when I'm looking straight ahead. So I try to look straight into the camera or straight into the mirror and make sure it goes above my lid. And then I'm going to go back in and blend this out because it is very pigmented, so I want to make sure everything's blended out, because the last thing you want is some chalky, dusty looking unblended eyeshadow. So you want to make sure you blend that out. And I use my fluffy brush that I use for basically everything, and I'm going to use that to buff it out. Now I'm going over the shade Decay from the Naked 2 palette, and this is going to go on my lid. I'm spraying it with a little bit of e.l.f. misting spray, and I'm going to make sure I put that on there so that there's a lot of pigment. And I'm going to go on the inner corner, and I'm pretty much stopping about halfway on my lid, and I'm going to make sure I get, I guess, I don't know how to say it, like my inner corner, but kind of close to the bridge of my nose, just to make sure that pigment shows when I'm opening my eyes. But I do want to take this up a little bit. I'm taking it higher than my crease area. Then I'm going in with the shade Booty Call, and I'm putting this on the inner corner, like close to, I guess, your tear ducts, I don't know, whatever, my inner corner. And that's going to give that a little bit brighter of a look than just the Decay on my lid. It's kind of like a gradient going from inner corner to outer corner. Next, I'm going in with that black shade from the Naked palette. It is very pigmented, so make sure you dust the brush off. And I'm just going into my outer V again with this shade. and keeping it kind of low, because if you take it too high it might look a little crazy. So I'm going to keep it in my outer corner or my outer V, and then I'll go back in and blend it upwards, and then also blend it out with everything else. Next, I'm going in with the shade Foxy from the Naked 2 palette, and this is going to go under my brow. So this is going to kind of be like the brow highlight. It's not really shimmery, but because I have so much shimmer on my lid, I don't really want to overdo it with the shimmer. I normally only do shimmer when it's mostly a matte eye. So I put that under my brow, make sure to blend that into where my Smokey starts to come in. Next, I'm going in with my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation in the shade 8.75, and I'm also going in with my Body Shop foundation in the shade 60. My Urban Decay is a little light and a little yellow, so I mixed the other one because it has a little bit more of a red tone to it. And then I'm going to buff that in with I use the powder brush from e.l.f. to put my foundation on, just because it's kind of like a flat top kabuki kind of thing. So I use that to apply my foundation and blend everything in.
You lift my heart up when the rest of me is down. You enchant me even when you're not around.
So you already know the deal with this. I'm using my two concealers, the NYX in CW07 and then the Maybelline Fit in Medium 25. And I'm going to go back in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and blend everything out. And then I'm going to go in with my Airspun translucent powder to set everything. Contouring as usual with my N8 powder from Tru Match, and I'm gonna go into the cheekbones as per usual, and the forehead and the chin, and then I do go back with that little spoon looking brush and I kind of carve out my cheek area, and I kind of start from my ear and curve towards my nose. It does kind of give a stronger effect in my opinion using that brush, but then I do go back and blend with the original brush after that.
Feel so enamored, hold me tight within your clutch. How do you do it? You got me losing every breath. What did you give me to make my heart beat out my chest?
Here I'm baking with a little bit of that translucent powder. It is translucent, so it doesn't have as big of an effect as a shade that would be like not translucent, something that has a little bit more color to it. And I'm gonna let that sit while I put on my blush and my highlight. For blush, I'm using my e.l.f. Blushing Rose shade, and I'm just going to dust that onto my cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with the Carli Bybel palette as per usual. I pretty much don't use any other highlighter because I haven't bought one as good as this one. So I'm going to go in with the second to last shade, and I'm going to dust this over my cheeks with a fan brush, and also on my end of my nose and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. and over my Cupid's bow. Then I'm going to take that the lightest highlight shade from the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette and dust that into my inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with a black eyeliner pencil from NYC, and I'm going to put this on my waterline, but just pretty much on the outer end of it. I don't take it all the way into the inner corner because that kind of closes my eyes in. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go in with that black shadow from the Naked palette and dust that under my waterline. And then I go in with the NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in the shade Beauty Mark for my lips, and then the look is done. And I sprayed, of course, with my finishing spray, the NYX matte finishing spray. And that's pretty much it. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Thanks.